YouTube? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Before I even say any more, you already know the deal. Go ahead and pause me like this. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hold up, because I feel like y'all ain't going to do it, so. Alright, now come back. So before we get into it, I just want to say thank y'all so far, you know, for the love and, you know, for the questions, you know what I mean? Like I told you, y'all keeping me going, y'all keeping me going. Alright, so we're going to hop right into the video. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, so basically what this video is how to get an emergency Seaman on my journey on how I got an emergency Seaman. Before I even get into it, I can't tell you what to do. I'm only sharing what worked for me, you feel me? So I always tell people, do what's best for you, do your research, you know, ask questions, make sure you do your research. Doing your research is probably the #1 thing, doing your research. So back in 2021, I went to a maritime academy called Mid-Atlantic Maritime Academy. I did the 3-week boot camp. 3-week boot camp. And so that was here, right in Norfolk, Virginia. So for my people that's local, that's in Virginia, so you could actually go to Opportunity Inc. over there by Military Highway, and they basically give you a grant. They'll give you a $5,000 grant, and you'll actually be able to take that to Mid-Atlantic, and your tuition will be covered. So there go a gym for you. All right, so I did that. I completed that. And speaking of Mid-Atlantic, today is July the 8th, 2023. And I just want to say happy birthday, CJ, man. Happy heavenly birthday to CJ, man. Long live CJ. But with that being said, like I said, I went to Mid-Atlantic and we did basically our basic credentials to get inside the Maritime. That covered the CPR, crowd control, firefighting, water survival. It controlled everything that you need, that you needed to, you know, get into it. So after that, you basically had 3 choices after you graduated from Mid-Atlantic. They basically gave you 3 choices. You could either went straight into MSC, Military Sea Life Command, SIU, or the cruise line. Those are the 3 options they really gave us. So a lot of people had their doubts about going to the cruise line because of what they may have heard, you know what I mean? So I was the only one from my class that actually chose the cruise line, you know what I mean? And like my main thing was I really wanted to make sure that I was okay with leaving home, you feel me? Like, I didn't go to school, you know what I mean? I didn't go to freaking college, you know what I mean? I went to trade school, so it's just like I never really left home for a long period of time, you know what I mean? Yeah, I go on like little trips, this, that, and the third, but I always came back home. So this was a little different for me, you feel me? So I was down for it. So I ended up going on a cruise line. Sorry, y'all got YouTube. Don't joke me. Yes, I have YouTube. I don't have Apple Music. But anyway, like I said, I went on a cruise line. And so basically my goal was debt. So initially going into it, I only needed 180 sea time days to get my AB. So that was what my main focus was with going with the cruise line. I only needed 180 days. So with that being said, I ended up taking my first job with the cruise line as a deckhand with American Cruise Line. So with them, I guess like their schedule was kind of different from a lot of cruise lines. They actually did a contract, you know what I mean? So it was a basically like a 5-month contract. It was 28 weeks, so that's probably like 5 or 6 months. So it was 28 weeks. So I went out there, and speaking of American Cruise Line, I have to shout out Captain Bobby on American Melody. Captain Bobby literally taught me everything, and Navmate Nicholas, oh my God. Without them, it was just like, I wouldn't even have prospered as much as I did in this field. Speaking of American Cruise Line, also Kevin, Mark, man, Miss Brandy, they all helped me out, man. Like they really helped me out, and I went out there, you know, with a certain mindset and left with a different mindset, you feel me? Like they really helped me grow as an individual and as a human and as just everything all around. Like they was definitely great people. So a lot of people ask me like, would they recommend a cruise line? This question is tough because it's like, knowing what I know now, if I would have known back in 2021, I don't want to say I would have sucked it up and just waited for MSC, but I kind of would have sucked it up and waited for MSC. But that's neither here or there. You know, I take everything as a learning experience. If you know me outside of this, you know I'm all for new things, you feel me? Definitely all for new things. So it's just like, you only live once, you feel me? So I could say I did it, you feel me? After my contract with ACL, I still was about 40 days short left to get my able Seaman license, basically AB. So I ended up taking another cruise line job. I ended up going to American Queen Voyages. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, AQV was lit. AQV was lit. It was a way different ball game than ACL. Now, as far as the fun wise, you know, AQV was lit. But as far as job wise, I would recommend ACL, because ACL, the deckhand, you're getting the helm time, which is basically driving the boat. You're doing security rounds, you know what I mean, and you're getting your hands on the deck, you feel me? So it's just like, when I transferred over to AQV, you were just strictly doing deck. There was no helm time. You didn't do watches unless you was a watch standard. Like, they really had a position basically for everything. So that was the only thing that I didn't really like about AQV, was that the position, you know what I mean? I really wanted to get back on the helm, and you know what I mean, and get back driving the boat and stuff. So that was like the main thing that I didn't like. I ended up doing like 50, 60 days with AQV before I left. And I came back home in September of 2022, and I immediately went to the next class that Mid-Atlantic was having for the able Seaman. I ended up paying $3,500 out of my pocket for my able Seaman license, and that was that. You know, I went and got my AB. So after I got my AB, you know, I'm in my head, from what I was already told, you know, I'm thinking I could just come home as an AB and either go to SIU or MSC. You know, that really wasn't the case. So basically, being the fact that I was sailing on a cruise line, we only sailed what they call inland waters. So basically, I only got sea time for inland. So to transfer over and actually take a position as an AB with these bigger companies such as SIU and MSC, they want you to have the international water, deep sea water. So of course I didn't have that. So basically I was just like, man, you know what I mean? I did all these things, you know, now at this point I'm discouraged, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I was discouraged. Like, I was just ready to give it up. I'm like, man, I feel like I just wasted my time out there, you feel me? Like, I'm thinking I'm out there doing something, which I mean, I really was. I got the experience, you know what I mean, got the knowledge, met new people, did some things that I never done before. So I don't have no regrets. It was just like, I just wish like people were more real about what I was doing, you feel me? So with that being said, I ended up coming home, and y'all know I got my trade in welding, and I got a little trade in electrician. So anytime I'm home for, like, if I know I'm gonna be home for more than like 30 days, I'm going back to work, you feel me? So I immediately go back to the shipyard, you feel me? Go back to the shipyard, because I gotta keep making the bread that I'm used to making, you feel me? I gotta keep that bread up. So I go back to the shipyard, and I'm like, man, I ain't really trying to do this mess no more. Like, I ain't trying to do this mess. So when I went back to the shipyard this time, when I came back, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do this no more. Like, don't get me wrong, I love working on boats, but it was just like, I enjoy seeing new things. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy like being in a new environment, you know what I mean? I really fell in love with that. So it's just like, when I came back home, it really was kind of depressing. So I ended up applying to MSC. At first I applied as MSC as an OS, and then as time go on and I'm still working at the shipyard, I was just like, man, because at the shipyard I was basically a installation tech, and so I was like, man, I'm doing this, I'm like, I kind of want to keep my hands on this for a little bit. So when MSC reached back out to me, I'm like, is there any way that I could switch the engine? And so, you know, of course, when they look at your application, they look at my credentials, they like, are you sure? You know what I mean? We see that you have your sea time and you have your AB. You just, they only wanted 80 days from you. They were like, we just need you to do OS 80 days, you know what I mean? And we'll get you back up. And I was just like, yeah, nah, you know what I mean? Because this what I like to tell people, like, all money ain't good money, you feel me? Like, all money ain't good money. Like, I could come home and make money. So it's just like, anything I'm doing outside of that, it's all like an expand to me, you feel me? So it's just like, I want to give it a shot. So that's what I did. I ended up giving the engine room a shot. My current position is now, I'm in engine room right now. So it's like, I don't look at it like starting from from the bottom, although I really have to do my 180 days over again. So my next goal would be my QMed, and I'm gonna get that my first hitch. Like I'm not playing. Like I'm trying to be gone 6-7 months, you feel me, get all the seats on my knees so I can do the same thing, come back home, go back to Mid-Atlantic, get my QMed, you feel me, and we back. So that's really my plan right now. This video is kind of quick because I think it's about to rain, but as far as like my experiences with the cruise line, I just feel like, just if you are thinking about going to the cruise line, really think about it, and you know what I mean, make sure you do your research. That's the main thing. Make sure you do your research and have a goal when you go out there, because it's not easy. Like if anybody's telling you it's easy, it's not easy. It's definitely hard. It's hard work. You're working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can get off the boat, sometimes you can't, you feel me? So it's just like, it's a major adjustment, but it's doable, you know what I mean? I tell anybody, if I was able to do it, it's doable, you feel me? Like it's not hard work at all. Everything is up here. Like everything is up here. Like I really feel like any type of industry you do, that it's all mental, you feel me? So you go in there with a great mindset, hang around great-minded people, you're gonna do good. Like you're gonna do good. I think my biggest regret, like I said, was like knowing the knowledge that I have now. The advice I could give to people that are looking to come inside the merchant seaman, to be honest, I would go MSC. And the reason why I would tell a beginner to go MSC is because everything is paid for. As far as your trainings, they pay for your hotels, you know what I mean? You get paid while you're in training. It's just like, I would tell a beginner to go to MSC. I highly actually wouldn't recommend nobody to go to Mid-Atlantic, only because you're gonna end up doing those trainings all over again. No matter where you go, you know what I mean? Although they are Coast Guard approved, you're gonna end up doing those trainings again. I can't really speak too much about SIU and Piney Point because I didn't go. Although I did actually end up signing up with the union, I just never accepted a job with them. Like I was sitting in the hall, bro, for like 2 months, and I'm like, yo, what should I do? And they was like, well, if you got an offer with MSC, you know what I mean, I would take that. And the reason why they said that is because a lot of people don't know this, but when you go to SIU and let's say you like me and you have your credentials from another maritime school, you got to think about it. They got people coming out of Piney Point, and the people coming out of Piney Point get those jobs that's coming up on the board, entry level. They get them firsthand. So unless you're a B book or an AB, you know what I mean, and you also need government vessels. So it's just like, if you don't have none of that, you know what I mean, you're just gonna be sitting there, you know what I mean, you're really just gonna be sitting there. So it's like, I really do recommend, if you are starting out, to go to MSC. I guess I could go ahead, this video not too long. I really don't want this video to be too long, but a quick jump start on how to get inside Military SeaLife Command. Basically, you only need 3 things. You need your passport, your TWIC, and your MMC. Those are the 3 things that will take you everywhere. With MSC, you know, you got to get those 3 things ahead of time. I mean, of course, look, you got to put up money to make money, yo. You feel me? Like, you got to put up money to make money. Those are the only things that you going to pay for with MSC. Your TWIC, your passport, and your MMC. And when I say you pay for your MMC, I mean it like your drug test and your physical. You know what I mean? So it's just that. So after you do those things, you know what I mean, you simple. You just go to the website and you apply. You apply to any entry-level position. I would tell people, don't be greedy, take what they give you. You know what I mean? Because MSC, once you get hired on, you're a government employee. So it's just like, there's not much they're gonna take from you. You're a government employee. You can get in there, let's say you apply entry level and you end up getting an SU job, which is a supply utility man. You end up getting that, and you work it, you realize, I don't really want to do this, I want to switch to deck. Do your first hitch, come back, switch. You feel me? They rather switch within the company than have somebody new. So I'm just gonna tell y'all that too. So yeah, this video was just something quick. My next video, what to look out for, I'm gonna do an actual, like a full rundown on my experience with the cruise lines, because I mean, like I said, it wasn't everything that was made up to be, but to me it was worth it. You feel me? Like, it was worth it. A lot of people on my TikTok, they be asking questions about ACL and AQV, you know what I mean, what I think. And it's just like I said, that's what I chose to do. You know what I mean? And I only chose that because at the time I was in, I really wasn't in the predicament to wait. You know what I mean? I wasn't in that. I couldn't just wait. You know what I mean? I needed to get out somewhere now. You know what I mean? I had quit my job. I'm not working. You know what I mean? So it's just like I needed to go. So so this is what I will say to piggyback off of that. If you are in the situation where you are able to wait a couple months, because MSC you just don't get on like that, you know what I mean? It does take a couple months to get on. So if you are in a situation where you can wait, man, screw the crew line. Go ahead and, you know what I mean, hop on MSC, or if you can, you know, take the time out and wait for SIU, you know what I mean, go ahead and go to Pawnee Point, you feel me? But the cruise line is not for the weak. However, I will say I'm glad I did it, because now I know what to expect on these bigger boats. Like, I feel like I already started from the bottom, you feel me? So it's just like me coming to these bigger cruise lines. I know how to deal with rude bosuns. I know how to deal with racist captains. I know how to deal with other people, because me personally, I never really lived with nobody either. So it's just like everything was just like a big culture change to me, you feel me? So like I said, at the end of the day, I have no regrets. I hope this answers a lot of y'all questions. I try to basically sum it up. I done had like 10 or 11 questions on my other videos on TikToks, basically on my maritime journey and how I got started and how I got in. So I feel like I just gave you the rundown on how I got in. If you feel like I didn't cover something, or I missed something, or I went too fast, because I tend to jump ahead, just let me know, you feel me? Y'all, as y'all can see, I respond to everybody comments. To the people that have been commenting on my videos, that have been saying y'all starting Neo, congratulations. Don't be a stranger, yo. Like, don't be a stranger. We all shipmates around here. We take care of one another. And let me know what's up, because I may have questions for you, you feel me? So just let me know. And I really made this to give people, you know, to give people knowledge that I didn't get, you know what I mean? A lot of people was feeding me BS, you know, oh, you don't need this, you don't need that, oh, you could do this, you could do that. You know, a lot of people was feeding me bullshit, because a lot of people don't want you to see you doing better than them. And I just want y'all to remember that. A lot of people don't want to see you doing better than them. So don't ask the people that you see on social media about something. Come to YouTube, explore, do your research, go up to Mid-Atlantic, talk to somebody, get a counselor, get a recruiter, and really talk to somebody. Don't talk to your friends about what you got going on, because they're going to tell you the BS. I'm trying to tell y'all, they're going to tell you the BS. Because what I'm going to tell you, what I know now, instead of listening to other people, a lot of stuff I would have did was different. So that's what I got to say on that. Like I said, if you made it this far watching the video, thank you. I appreciate you. Before y'all get off this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And we coming hard. I guess my next video probably will be, I'm gonna try to aim for either Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna try to give y'all another video Friday and Saturday, and it will be like a full review on, you know, my experience with American Cruise Line, American Queen Voyages. And I'll also post like little clips of videos and certain things of what I did up there. So that's that. Peace, love, and prosperity. Y'all stay blessed.